Welcome back to Picture, the podcast where books come to life on screen and in conversation. I'm your host, Kim.
And I am Tiff, and today we are joined by debut author Onika Howdyn to talk about the dark, emotional fantasy novel, The Dragon Favorite.
Yes, set in a world where dragons are nearly extinct and magic is forbidden, the story follows a farm girl, Amalia, whose childhood encounter with a dragon changes the course of her life. Years later, she's grappling with trauma, identity, and the slow rediscovery of hope.
Yes, it is a slow burn fantasy filled with powerful themes, heartbreak, healing, and of course, dragons. Who doesn't love dragons?
We all love dragons here. Let's welcome Onika Howdyn to the podcast. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you
Nice
for
to be
joining
here.
us.
Very excited. Yeah.
We are so excited to have you on.
We believe that every author has an origin story, so we want to know what sparked yours. What inspired you to start writing?
I think I've always kind of been a creative since I was a kid. More so with film. I loved making movies in my backyard with my cousins and my sisters, mostly horror movies and really bad murder mystery movies.
I love
it.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
I used to write our yearly Christmas play that I did with my cousins every year for Christmas. I would write a play every year and we perform it for the family. Then I went to college for TV and radio production. So I was really into that kind of stuff. But I never saw myself as a writer. I mean, I wrote screenplays and a couple of them were made into movies in college, which was really cool. But I never really saw myself as like writing stories until I met my then boyfriend. Now he's my husband. When we first started dating, I think it was my birthday or Christmas, he got me this giant book of dragons. I'm a huge fantasy nerd. I love fantasy ever since I was a kid. Dark Crystal is my favorite movie of all time. I watched it like every day for 3 years. I could probably like recite that whole movie by heart. I know every word.
I haven't seen that movie in so long. Wow,
Yeah,
you just like unlocked something. I was like, I have not seen that movie in a long time.
It's like, I'm gonna watch it.
That was my favorite movie as a kid. And it's like not really. I mean, it's a kid's movie, but it's not really. It's very dark. I loved dark fantasy as a child. I really loved it. And then so my husband gave me a big book of dragons in college, and it was like a coffee table book. It was this huge book, and I read the whole thing, and there was something in it about something called the dragon favorite, which was like women that would serve dragons, but they wouldn't be like slaves. It'd be like their, I don't know, like concubines. I don't really know. Like they would take care of the dragons and stuff. And I just thought in my head, like, wouldn't that be really like, how does one become a dragon favorite? Like, are they stolen? Are they like, did the dragon love them? So I started, the wheels in my head started turning about this story. Cause this story I started writing like years and years ago, but that was the first like inkling that I wanted to write something. This book is the first like actual story that I wanted to write in like a book form. That was like the spark for inspiration for that. And then it just kind of snowballed over the years, writing other things. But I think that's definitely like the spark that really got me thinking that I could actually write a book.
She's like, I need the lore. Like, what is the story behind this? Yeah. She's like, I'm going to create it.
Write it.
I was so curious. Like, how does one become one of these people who like serves a dragon and gets like all these beautiful dresses and jewelry and like serves them, and the dragon just like dotes on them? Like, how does that happen? So I needed to like figure that out. So that's what I really wanted to write about.
I love that.
So that kind of started it. Yeah.
As someone who is, so my husband's in film and TV as well. And like when he was going to college, when he was going to school for it, he had to do a lot of like script writing, also like one of his classes. So for somebody who wrote or like writes scripts and stories like that, was it easy for you to write a story, or is it like because it's like script writing was like hard. I remember watching him. I'm like, this is so hard. Was it easy or was it hard because it's like two different things?
It definitely is like a good, like a roadmap kind of, but it definitely is a lot different. Because writing a screenplay, you don't really have to put a lot of description. You don't really have to put a lot of like, what does this character look like? You know, this, like you have like a paragraph for the setting and that's it. And then everything else is just dialogue. So it's definitely a lot harder, I think. I think it's much harder to transition from book writing to script writing, because you want to put all this detail in, but you don't have to, because you're going to see it. So you don't need all that.
And you're like, we let the casting people deal with that.
Yeah.
Everybody has to deal with it.
But I think it's a good roadmap. Like, it's definitely helpful if you've done like either or first to kind of get you started, but I think it's very different. It's an adjustment, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because I remember him writing and you have to do like, interior, whatever. And it's like this character is sitting here, but it's not as detailed. Like Tiff is a writer. And so I see hers and I'm like, it's like two different things. Like it's crazy. But let's actually dive into your story, because we have a lot of questions with your actual book. How would you describe your book to someone who hasn't read it? So what's like the blurb, I guess, or the best way to like describe it to people who haven't read it?
Yeah, this is tough for me. I'm so bad at blurb writing anyway. So like, I was trying to think of like an elevator pitch.
Yeah.
Like what would my elevator pitch be if someone was asking me like, oh, what's your book about? Like, I guess it's definitely, so I was having a lot of trouble pinpointing I knew it was fantasy, obviously, but like pinpointing the genre, because there's so many different genres of fantasy. So I definitely think it fits into the grim, dark fantasy genre. So I would say it's definitely not a happy story. It doesn't have a happy ending, so that's it. But I don't know, the one-liner things is always tough for me. So I don't know. I guess I would just say it's a story about a woman who loses herself and a dragon helps her find herself again, but doesn't end well.
Yeah, she's like, you guys just actually have to read the book, and then you'll find out
you have to read it to understand what I mean by it doesn't end well.
Yeah, it doesn't end well. It's not a happy ending. I don't like writing happy endings. I do like writing unhappy endings. I don't really like writing happy endings. So.
Yeah, that's interesting. You're like, I like it real. Like, let's be real here. I
love writing and reading unhappy endings. I don't know what it is about me. Like, give me a forbidden love where one of them has to die,
because it's rare.
I'll eat it up. I'll be upset, but I'll love it.
Yeah. I mean, I've written stories that have happy endings and they're fine, but I really like the darker, grittier side of writing, and that's why I really like writing like in this genre. Especially fantasy, because you could just do whatever the heck you want.
You could literally do anything with fantasy because like that's just it. It's great.
Yeah.
So what is it? Because I know that you said when you were younger, because you've always been a fan of like the dark fantasies and stuff. So do you think just that alone, from just being surrounded by it, is what drew you to these themes that you wrote for your book and like the tropes and everything?
So I do think so, yes. But this book took on a lot of different forms. Like when I first wrote this book back in it was 10, 12 years ago, it was really, can I curse on here? I don't know.
Yes, you can. I curse all the time, so you're good.
It was complete shit. It was a terrible story. And then I shelved it for such a long time. And then I started writing like other stories in the world that I created. And then I eventually went back to this one, and it changed so much. And I don't think it would have been what it is now if I haven't like lived my life, because I got married. I had 2 kids. I went through a bout of depression when I became a mother. And that really had a big impact on the story. And I really wanted to like portray that experience in the pages of this one, especially with Amalia, being a mother struggling with postpartum depression. That was a big thing for me, and that never would have happened if I didn't like live my life and like have kids and go through all the road bumps that I did.
So you wrote your story like 10 plus years ago, like the original first draft, and then you just kind of like shelved it. You're like, let's just leave it here, and then randomly just like decided like, let me get back to it and kind of edit it up. That's crazy. Were you surprised like when you went through, where you were like, what was I? Gosh, I changed like that was like, whoa.
Yeah, I did when NaNoWriMo was still around, or NaNoWriMo, whatever I did. I redid the story like twice. So like I did it once in like 2011. I rewrote the whole story, and then I rewrote it again in 2014, the exact same story. I just kept rewriting it and adding things to it and everything. So it was definitely like an evolution. This book was like a complete like evolving.
Wow.
Oh, I love that.
Do you still have like all the original, like you're like, this is my first draft, like when I first did it?
I don't have it anymore. No, because the computer that I had it on died and I couldn't get it off, so I don't have the original. But it was complete shit though. It was like really bad.
Nobody wants it.
She's like, nobody wants this.
No one wants to read it. I didn't even want to read it. I mean, so yeah.
She's
so
like, I buried it.
Gone. Like, good riddance. Okay, that's it.
I have the ones I did for Nano. I have those drafts, but so yeah, so I still have those. So those are still like a while ago in 2011 when I wrote the first one.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my gosh.
That's so cool.
I know. That's so cool. I love that. I love like an evolution of books.
Should shelve a book for 10 years and then go back to it and see what my writing is like. Because like, even just like a couple days later and I'll reread my writing I wrote and I'm like,
what was I thinking? Like this is
why
terrible.
did I think this was okay? Yeah.
She's like, I was on one a couple days ago. I don't know what that was.
Don't know what that was.
Okay, so was there a scene? Well, because you've done so many rewrites, this is actually an interesting question. Was there a scene that was like difficult to write in this final draft? Like, or a scene where you were just like, this is so hard, or it took you like a long time just to like get it on paper?
I think the hardest scenes to write in this one was definitely like the last few chapters. There's like a big battle scene between two dragons, which was really hard to write because I have to like describe how the dragons are moving through the air, like all this stuff. It was really hard. I think I rewrote that scene like 4 times because I just was like so lost. I ended up watching like a ton of like monster movies to like get references for like how monsters move and how dragons move and everything like that. Because it was really hard. Like I'm really good at writing like deep emotional things, like depth of like inner thoughts and things, but like battle scenes and fighting scenes is not my strong suit. So that took a really long time to get that nailed down. And luckily my husband is like a huge history nerd and he did like a huge book report in school, I remember in college, about siege warfare and like fighting between castles and like armies and stuff, like Lord of the Rings style.
He's like
shit.
A fact checker.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so I would ask him like what do you think would happen here? And he's like give me all these little little tidbits and things of what I could add in there. So he was super helpful with that. But that was the hardest scene I think to write, was that the last scene between those two dragons was really hard.
Yeah.
I would imagine. Yeah, I could imagine too, because we read like fantasy books, or you watch movies or TV shows where there's like the battles and there's like dragons, like what's it, like Game of Thrones or whatever, and you're just like, how do they come up with it? You know what I mean? Like that's tough. That's tough.
It was tough. It was definitely not something I've never done. I've never written a huge battle scene between dragons before either. So I'm like, what the fuck I'm doing? Like he bites his hand. He bites here. He swings his tail around. Like, no, it sounds so boring. You need to like juice it up. And even my editor was like, you need to juice up this fight. Like you need to make it longer and juice it up. I'm like, oh God.
You're like, okay, let me do my research. Let me do my research on dragons.
Fighting. Like 1 second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me watch all these movies and try to like figure it out.
Yeah, it was that was probably the hardest one to write. Definitely.
On the flip side, like what is there a favorite scene that you enjoyed writing? Like a scene where you're like, oh my God, this was like the best thing I've ever written, or like I love the emotions with this character, or like just anything. Like, is there a favorite scene or section in your book that you love? Like, this is your favorite part of the book?
I like all the really like horrible. I mean, I guess they're not really horrible, but really like twisted scenes. Like I love writing the scene where Amalia thought she was going crazy. Like she thought she was mad and like no one believed her and everything was in her head. And I love writing villains too. So I really love writing Fane, who's the villain. I love writing bad guys. It's so much fun. So I loved he wasn't even in the original draft at all. He didn't come in until like 6 drafts in. So,
oh my God.
I really enjoyed.
Me too.
Yeah, I love writing bad guys. If you guys ever seen the movie The Last Unicorn, villain in that movie is voiced by it's an animated film. It's voiced by Christopher Lee. His name is King Haggard. He's like the best villain of all time, and I modeled Fane like right after him because he's just such a good villain, and I love writing like those kind of characters. So Fane is like my favorite character to write because I love writing guys who just don't give a shit and just do what they want to do, and they just like so yeah.
They don't
So he
care.
was definitely my
I
favorite
love
character. So
that.
any scene with him, I was like, yes, so this is the
You're
best.
like, this book is actually about the villain.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. So did he or any of your other characters just like take a mind of their own as you were writing? Like when you were writing him, were you just writing things out and you were like kind of surprised? You're like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. Like, but you're the one writing it. Do you know what I mean? Like, have you ever had a moment like that? Because like I feel like with the villain, you would have a moment like that. Because sometimes villains are so unhinged, and your brain is making you type things out, and you're reading it, and you're like, "Did I come up with it?"
Yeah, it makes me question my own like my own sanity sometimes. Like, am I a psychopath? Like, can I just go on a random murder spree one day? Like, something
She's
is
like,
wrong
am I
with
the
me.
villain in this origin story? Is this my origin story?
Make me question my mental states sometimes, but I've always like been drawn to that kind of stuff though. Like even if like not even fantasy stuff, but other types of films or books, I really like bad guys. I think they just have so much more like depth than like any other character, because like why are they like this? There has to be a reason why. And sometimes they get redeemed and sometimes they don't, and it's just like why? Like what's so I'm always like, I love writing villains. It's like I just write a whole book about villains, but then it would just be kind of bland because they would just be conquering everybody.
They would all just be doing their own thing.
Totally read that. I love the villain. Like there's a good amount of times I love the villains in like a book, or even like when you watch a movie or a show and you like root for the villain and you're just kind of like, I kind of like the villain more than I love like our hero and
people are like, are you okay? And you're like, I mean,
villains are just trying to live their lives too. Okay, they're just trying to
exactly. They're just they've been through shit too, and they're just like, okay, it didn't work this way, so I guess I gotta be this way, and too bad.
Yes,
so sad.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So I know you mentioned that like the battle scene and figuring out like how your dragons are gonna like fight and stuff like that was a challenge for you, but like how was the world building aspect for you? Like, are you more of a pantser, a plotter? Like, did you lay it all out there? You're like, this is the world I'm building, or did you just kind of like go with the flow of just like, let me see where this takes me, this world that I'm trying to create?
Yeah, so in the beginning, I definitely just winged it. I didn't really have a plan of where it was going to go. But then I started writing more stories in this world, and I was like, okay, I have to have like some sort of like foundation to put all of these characters and everything that's happening on before I could like even write any more of this. So it definitely wasn't something I did in like a year. It took like probably a span of 5+ years to get the world building down. Even now I feel like I'm still always doing it. Like there's always something that I think about, like, oh, this could be really cool if this was included in the world, and I like piece it in. Like right now I'm writing book 2 of the duology, and I added like it takes place in an entirely different section of the map in my brain. So I have to like do world building all over again because I have to like world build for this other place. And then there's another place that features in the story, and that's a whole other world building aspect too. So I'm always like building the world. So it's like a never ending thing, but it's really fun because I love writing history and I love writing like folklore and folk tales. Like there's a lot of like songs and like back songs and like I guess fairy tales in this book. A lot of like the origin story of like the creator god, and like Marion and the White Dragon is a huge story in this book that's like happened like hundreds of years ago. So I really love writing like history of the. It's really, really fun because you could just do whatever. And I love that it ties into the story, and like you could like lay little Easter eggs here and there, and you don't even know that it's connected until it actually is revealed. And you're like, oh my God, like that means that, oh shit, so it's really, really fun. I love writing that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Actually really cool. Like I never really thought that there's like all this lore about, or like even like a history or like anything with like dragons and like that that type of stuff. I always just thought it was just like fake, or not like fake, but like just made up, right? But the fact that you have like a book and you're like of dragons, and you found a specific story or whatever about a dragon, and you're just like, I want to explore this, and then also put in like actual history and folklore into it. I think that's so amazing. That's actually really interesting, because there is a lot of, and I mean, Tiff, you will know too, like there's a lot of fantasy books out there with dragons that are, the popular ones on like Book Talk and stuff like that. But I like your direction of like where you're going with your books. It's very different. And I think
breath
that
of fresh air.
Yeah, it's very different, but it's like really nice. I like it.
I definitely wanted to make dragons like not just like a creature that you find in like the wilderness and you slay and get like, become like, oh, you killed the dragon, huzzah, you're the hero. Like I wanted them to have like some sort of origin story and like have a culture and have like, magic obviously is a big part of this book too. So like, have that in and have them have some sort of like conflict with other species like humans or whatever. And I didn't just want them to be like a back burner like thing, like, oh, just a creature that like breathes fire and flies around and destroys villages. Like, no, I want them to be like part of the world and like a really important part of the world. Like we need like these, like nothing would be around if it weren't for these dragons, which is basically what is for this world. So I really want it to be like a foundation. Yeah.
I love that. It's like almost like an adult or like a more and I could be completely wrong, but because I just watched this movie, but it's almost like an adult or more like expanded version of like How to Train Your Dragon. I don't know if you do you know what I mean? Because like there's the world of dragons, and then there's like stories behind each of these dragons, and then you got your main character who's like building out and just trying to like find all the dragons and like what's their story. And as you watch it, you're like, what is their story? Like they're not just dragons that are just there like are evil, but like there's a story behind them. Yeah, I love that. It's not just about the people, it's the dragons too.
It's the dragons too.
Yeah, they're very important. They're a very important part of the whole world of Joro. They're very, very detrimental to everything. So
yeah. Oh, that's so exciting. This is why I love doing these interviews. This is why I love doing the podcast, because I love learning like these different things, especially from authors. And like, I'm so excited. And you are in the process of writing book 2 right now.
Yeah, I am.
How is that going for you?
It was a struggle, I must say, because I having a really hard time because it's focused on, there's still a character from like the first book, but there's 2 new characters. And I was having a hard time like piecing everything together. But I finished. I wrote it. I still have to edit the hell out of it, but it was very hard to write. Like I really wanted to have it done last year, but I was just like, I have no clue where this book is going. Like I'm just totally lost. So I had to like keep it on the side.
I'm not gonna put it out there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait. Hopefully it will just hit me in the head like a lightning bolt and I'll just write it. And it took a while, but it finally did. But it's been a struggle. But now that I have like the first or like second draft completely done, I'm much more confident in it right now. So, but yeah, the world building was the hardest because I had to do
start over kind of.
I had to start over again. And I was like, do I make it as, because it took me so long to piece together Joro. Like I'm like, and I can't have that much time to piece together this other world. So I'm like trying to like think of things, like at least the most important aspects of it, so it feels like a believable place.
Yeah.
Do you draw out? Are you drawing out like a map or like trying to draw out like a map of?
I have a shrewdly drawn map. I'm not a cartographer. I have someone that does that for me who's amazing. But yeah, I draw like a little like shrewdly like triangles and
just the lines, and you're like,
the lines.
I know where this is.
Yeah, this is a palm tree, and this is where the oasis is. Yeah, and then I just give it to them. Like, I may just turn it into a masterpiece. So
you're like, this is my.
They're like, I'll work with what I have.
Yeah. You're like, how did you take my drawing and turn it into this? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Cartographers are amazing. I could never do that. Just so hard.
I could not. I couldn't.
No.
I would just draw a circle and call it a day. I'd be like, this is here, and that's here.
A lot of arrows. You're just like, this is
a lot
that.
of arrows, a lot of like boxes. Explain what each of the little shapes are, because I'm like, so you know,
these are trees.
That's not a tree. That's something else.
They're like, what's this? You're like, actually, that's like a stain. Don't look at that.
You're like, I did not mean to put that in there.
That's actually nothing. I don't know. We could make that something, but that's nothing.
A river, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. A dragon. That's a dragon flying. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. So what advice would you give to other writers?
The best advice I could give is just to write. Like, even if you have this great idea, you don't know how to develop it, I think writing a little bit each day about random nonsense is like a great place to just start. Like, even if you go outside and you see a peach on a tree, well, how'd the peach get there? What lives in the peach? You know, what animal's going to eat the peach? And write like a 5-sentence story about the peach and this bird eating it. And then that's like your writing for the day. And then the more that you write and the more that you like experience your life, the more ideas you'll have for your story. And then you can start writing more consistently, or even just having an outline of where you want it to go. And it'll probably change. I'm not someone who has like, I don't need like a strict outline. Mm-hmm. Like, I usually write an outline for books, not all books. Obviously not this one. I didn't write anything before this book. But having like an outline of what the characters are, who the characters are, where it's taking place, the beginning, middle, and end that you think you want, and having that as like your roadmap. And then as you're just doing random writing sessions and things like that, that's going to evolve and change. I can't tell you the amount of times my book has changed from an outline, like 1,000,000%. Like, my whole endings have changed, whole characters have changed. So I think you just have to just keep writing, even if it's not the idea that you want, and just keep living your life and experiencing new things. Because sometimes you don't know how to write XYZ, and then you go out and XYZ happens to you. You're like, oh, that, like, now I know how to write that because it happened to me. I know how I felt. I know, you know, everything about that experience. So I could like shove it in there and make it more believable. God.
Yeah.
So
I love that, like the peach, like like how if you see a peach on a tree and you're just like write a little story about it. I want to do that. I'm not a writer by any means. I will not sit here and try to pretend that I'm a writer at all. That's more Tiff. But like my husband's always like, you should try. You should try to write a book or try to do something. I'm like, I'm not a writer. But I honestly want to try that and just see like how it goes. Like, that sounds like
it doesn't have to be like
it
doesn't have to be long. It could be like 5 sentences and then you're done. You know, like, this leaf is green. It's green because it ate broccoli. The broccoli was green, and I don't know.
I love
just
it.
make something up.
It's like wherever your mind takes you. You just pick an object and you're like, let me give it a
story,
give
it a personality. Yeah. Like, what's the leaf's name? Does it have a great uncle a rich uncle who's just died and like is giving out all of his leaf money to this like just let your child come out and just think of nonsense and write it down.
Just have fun with it.
That's the one thing about writing. I think it never lets that like childlike nature ever die if you are doing something like that, because you can think of so much stuff and you can write about anything and make it interesting. So
open up the creative juice. Like, it's there. You just have to like re-unlock it. As an adult, like, you forget.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like I have, but like,
you really do.
I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do like a little project, like me, my kids, we'll all pick an object and we'll write like a 5 like little sentence story on it.
You guys can compare it. You know, we did that. We used to do that in school. My teacher would be like, okay, here's like an apple or whatever. They should just put something on the desk. Everyone would write like a couple sentences or whatever about the apple. Anything you want, literally anything. And then people would just read it out loud, and like, you can, like, you would imagine like a backstory for the apple, and someone would be like, they're out to kill all the green apples. like you know what I mean? Like,
red apple against the green apple.
Yeah, and like, you could just, everyone else's imagination is so wild. So like, to compare it with other people is so fun. You should do that. I'll do it too.
Okay, we'll do a little.
Really fun.
I'll join in.
We'll do a little bonding moment. I actually love that idea.
Yeah, that's fun.
Okay, so what's been the most touching or like memorable piece of feedback you received from a reader so far? Or is there like a review that you saw and you were just like, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said about my book? Like, has there been anything that just was like, this is cool, like, this is why I write this book?
So one of the big goals for this one is to bring awareness to to women's health, especially following giving birth and the postpartum era of a woman goes through after she has a child. That was a big focal point for me for this novel, because I mean, I'm sure it's different now. It's different now. I think there's more awareness to it now, but before there wasn't much awareness or help for a lot of these women who were going through this. Oh, it'll just pass. It's only the baby blues or whatever. But a lot of it is not. So I really wanted to bring awareness to that. And I think every review that I've read so far has always said how much, especially if like a mom read it, like, oh, this resonated with me. This hit me so hard because I went through this, and and just saying how well it's portrayed in there. And that's just like, yes, that's what I wanted. And I love that they got that. And it just makes me feel so good that it makes me validate that I did a good job. That I didn't like screw it up and like make it seem, I don't know, unreal or whatever, that someone read this and it resonated with them because they went through it and maybe they feel less alone. I don't know. Like that. So those reviews are always really, really great. So I've gotten a couple like that and just like, yes, like I felt so validated when I read that, how much it resonated with them. So definitely that's like the most validating thing. Yeah.
I love that. That's amazing. That's because you're like, there's more. There's a deeper storyline, a deeper meaning in this book than just the lore of like dragons.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I love it. So we know that you're writing the second book. Is there any other upcoming, like, are you working on any other projects, or is it just the second book? Like, what's next for you?
Yeah, like, what do you got going on?
Yeah.
In your book writing world?
I have a lot going on right now. It's actually really overwhelming. So yeah, I could tell you a little bit about that. But, so I'm writing the second book. Obviously, that's one thing. But I also am working on a fantasy anthology that I'm putting together. We're launching a Kickstarter in August. It's an anthology of stories based off of Aesop fables. So that's been like a giant of a project to get through. So that's been really fun working with other authors and working with editors and stuff like that. So that's really fun. It's a lot of work, but it's been super fun. So that project launches in August on Kickstarter. So I'm super excited about that.
And what is it? You said it was, I'm sorry, you said it was Aesop fables?
Aesop's fables. So, like the tortoise and the hare?
Yes.
Like,
okay.
Like the goose and the golden egg.
Yes.
So Aesop was like this, well, they don't even know if he actually existed or not, but he's like a Greek storyteller from like, I don't know, 800 whatever year. I don't even know.
Back in the day.
So he wrote like over 700 fables, which are just like, little stories.
Yeah.
That all have like a moral lesson. So the authors in the book each took a fable and wrote their own story based on that fable. So it's a
like
collection of stories like that.
I am so excited for that.
That is so cool.
Yeah,
I can't wait for that.
Oh, that's so
it's been really fun. Like how it got started is I just kind of did one of those, you see on like Instagram or TikTok, they have like write a story like based on like put your finger on the video and wherever it stops, it's to write a story about.
Yes.
So I did one of those and I landed on like 3 things, and I wrote like a little story based on that little prompt. And then I was like, it would be cool to write something like this. I'm like, I love like fables and folklore just in our real world. So like, and I love Aesop's fables ever since I was a kid. So like, it would be cool to write a story like based on this. So then I wrote a story based on Aesop fable. And I was like, it would be cool if I had like a collection of these. And I was like, it would be cool if other authors wrote the collection.
She's like, because I can't write all of them.
Yeah.
Let's get like some other creative people in here.
It just kind of snowballed. And I was like, it would be cool if I had an anthology of this. And then this kind of like exploded and it became this. So, but that's where that inspiration came from.
That is actually really cool. And I love that so very excited. And I will be like looking out for, we are very excited to read that.
Yeah.
I love a
retelling.
Really yeah, I love a retelling.
Kim's so excited she hit her mic.
I know, I hit my mic. I'm so excited.
It's just really cool to see the other authors' writing styles, because each of this, I mean, they're all fantasy stories, but they're all different genres of fantasy. All the stories are different. The writing styles are different. It's just really cool seeing all the different styles of the authors and how they all come together in this one little book. So I'm really excited about it. It's gonna be really
yeah, that is so cool.
I'm so excited. I'm really excited for that.
So
super,
I
super
know,
fun. A lot
August
of work.
isn't that far along.
Yeah,
so
that sounds
it's
like a lot of work.
Remind me. I'm so behind on it. I'm like, don't remind me. I'm going to be launching in like 3 weeks and I'm not prepared for it.
Oh
no.
I'm sure it's going to be great, though. Yeah.
I'm
That's so
confident.
exciting.
So, yes, that's
it's
one thing.
Exciting.
And then I'm actually writing an audiobook for a company called Audio Mazes. They do interactive audiobooks, and I'm writing an audiobook for them. It's coming out in October. So
that's so cool.
It's cool, but what you were saying before about going from script writing to novel writing. This is going from novel writing to like a combination of script writing and novel writing. It's so hard. It's so hard because when I first, it has to be like within a certain word count. And I just want to like describe everything, but I have to like think back to like, okay, I can't do that. I have to make it an interactive story. So it's like such a challenge. Like, I don't even know if I like it. Like, I don't know if I ever will do this again. But
she's like, that was a fun journey,
hard.
but I'm not going to do it again.
Great experience. It's been a lot of fun. But it's just really hard to nail down like following all the guidelines. I'm not a rule follower. Like, I'll just like find my own way to do it, and that's how I'll do it.
Yeah.
So it's been tough.
But there's a lot of guidelines with that.
A lot of guidelines, a lot of rules. You have to include X, Y, Z. I'm like,
yeah,
God, I can't remember all this shit. Like, I
don't
have the brain capacity.
It would take I feel like that would take longer to write because you have to like keep going back and just being like, did I hit all these guidelines? Like, what did I add? What did I miss?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Is it interactive enough? Like, that's another thing. Like, I have to it has to be interactive to the listener. I'm like, God, this is so hard. So I don't know if I'll ever do it again, but that's happening. And I'm trying to get through that with like an IV in my arm and, with all that stuff. Cause I'm just like, oh God, I want it to be over.
When is that one supposed to be done? Or like, when's your deadline for that?
It's supposed to be done already, but it's not.
She's like a while ago.
About that. Yeah.
It was supposed to be done last week, and I was like, it needs a lot of work, and I haven't worked on it at all this week because I've just been so behind on everything. But it's supposed to be coming out in October for our October release, so I'm crossing my fingers.
Oh my gosh, fingers crossed.
Yeah. I'm sure
that is crazy. You're like, I've got a lot going on. My brain can't even handle. Why did I do all these things?
I thought summer would be like a relaxing time, but it definitely isn't. Like, it's been nuts. So nuts. So I'm just like, oh, I can't wait till the fall where my kids are back in school and I could just lay on the couch and no one bothers me.
Oh my gosh, that is literally
like
what
actually
I've been
get more done.
For.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Counting down the days. Like, go back to school, please.
I am. I'm just waiting for it to be done. I'm waiting for them to be like, okay, this is good. I'm like, thank fucking God.
Yeah.
You're like, get it away from me.
I'm really excited to hear it like be voiceovered and be in the I'm really excited to hear it, but just the process is just so painstaking.
Yeah.
I never really thought about the process.
The company is great to work with. They're awesome. The people there are awesome. So if anyone is interested in doing it, definitely apply and pitch an idea and see if they take it. But it's a lot.
Tiff, you should do it.
I didn't know.
Not with her saying. She's literally like, it was the worst experience of my life because it's so hard. And Kim goes,
but if you want to, I'm like, Tiff, do it.
I'm very prone to like being stressed, like very easily. And Kim goes, you should do this very stressful thing.
I know. I'm like, as your PA, I'm going to sign you up.
No, please don't. I will be.
If you have a lot of extra time to devote to it, then go for it. But I just
definitely
I don't know
not.
why I did it. Because I don't have time. As it is, so I'm like, why did I do this? I don't have no time. Like, I have so many other things going on. I just don't have time. So
I know. I'm like, Tiff, you should do it as we have like 4 interviews today. She's like, when would I have time to do anything today?
I got 2 kids that are running around acting fools. I'm supposed to be writing this book, then I keep writing other books. When do I have time? Do you have that thing? Because we had talked to a lot of authors where you like, you have to write this book because it's supposed to come out at a certain time, but then you get these ideas for other books, so then you like start writing the other books and you forget about the one book that you're supposed to write, because that's happened to me. It's happened to me
That
a
happens
lot.
to me.
Yeah.
I actually use it as like a writing block hack, because a lot of times when I get writer's block, it's because I can't think of how to progress the story naturally, and I feel like I'm forcing the writing. So that's when I usually put that aside and just think and write another idea. And once I write that idea for, I don't really have a time limit, like a week, a month, 2 months, then I usually feel and get a tick to like go back to the other one. And then usually when I go back to it, I'm like much more natural writing. So that's actually
Like
a
a
writing hack of
refresh.
mine. Yeah. But sometimes it happens and I just snowball and finish a whole entire novel.
That's what happens
just like sits
to
on the
me.
shelf.
Yeah. Like
this was good. Puts it away. She's like, oh crap, I have this other book I have to finish writing.
Yeah.
It's literally me.
It happens. It's happened to me with this one. Like, this has been on the shelf for, a million years. And I wrote like all these other novels in between then. And I never, I'll get back to it eventually. And then, but yeah. So this one I had to be like, okay, 2024 is a year I finish this goddamn book. And that is it. I can't write anything else but this book because it has to get done. It's been way too long. I can't sit on it anymore. So sometimes you need that like structure.
You need to like lecture yourself. You're like, this is your timeline.
I sent Kim my schedule of like when my projected book should come out, and I'm like, you need to keep me in line because
I know
I'm writing another book and it's almost done, and this one that I'm supposed to be writing is not almost done at all. But this one I wrote is almost done with the first draft. Like, hello, I need you to keep me in check because I can't. I have no self-control.
I have to like keep her on top of it as her PA. Because I was like, Tim, I'm gonna just be your PA because I was like, you're all over the place. You need to like be focused. And she's like, okay, just tell me what I need.
I have this idea about a fantasy book, and now I have to write that.
I cannot.
It is what it is.
I can relate 100%.
Oh my God. Okay, so let's get into some fun rapid fire this or that questions. It's just a lot of this or that. Nothing like crazy. I will go first. Dragons or unicorns? I think I already know the answer, but
definitely dragons, 100%.
Yeah,
I mean, I love unicorns, but I'm a dragon girl, definitely.
Would you write? Is there a story of like a unicorn that's like evil? An evil unicorn?
I don't know, but the
villain unicorn.
The movie that I told you about, the last unicorn movie, is actually a book. It's based on a book, and the book is really good. It's about a unicorn. She's not evil, read it. But it's a really good dark fantasy read. It's really good. You need to read it. Yeah,
I think so. I think another author mentioned like that was like one of their favorite books or movies. Like when we had asked them, and so I think you're like the second person who's mentioned it. And whenever like a second person mentions something to us, we're always like, we will check it out now because it's like a thing.
Need to check it out.
We will definitely check
it out. It's not super long. It's not like 150,000 words. It's relatively short for a fantasy book, but it's really, really good. And I honestly would suggest watching the movie first and then reading the book because the book is so much better than the movie.
Tiff, we have to do an episode on it.
God, we do.
We have to do an episode.
The movie is really great, but they took a lot of the book out of the movie because you can't have everything in there. But the book has a lot more like lore and like history and backstory, and it's really, really good. Really good.
We're gonna add it to the list.
Add it to the list.
I am gonna add it to my list. The list here for ones that we have to do. That'd be a fun episode.
Okay. If you do it, let me know and I'll watch it when you guys post it.
We'll sure. I'd be like, thank you for this idea.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so the next one is magic powers or magical artifacts.
Magic powers.
Yeah. No one wants an artifact. Gotta lug that thing around.
Yeah.
Nobody said the artifact was like massive.
It could be a key. I don't want to have to hold this key all day.
Yeah,
it could just be like a little pearl.
And if you lose it, then you're screwed. If it rolls in the wrong hands.
That's so true.
Yeah. The power is within. I'd rather have the power.
Right, exactly. Nobody will take that from you. It's impossible.
Epic battle or a political intrigue?
I would say battles. I'm very much an action film person. Like I love the 80s Schwarzenegger, Stallone, Van Damme kind of movies.
Oh yeah.
So I'm definitely a battle girl. Definitely.
I love that.
Agreed.
I love when it's like epic battle, like that's what you reference. It's like the Stallone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Lord of the Rings too. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, but I love.
I didn't even get to started on Lord of the Rings. Oh gosh.
Kim's like, every time we do an author interview, Kim's like, I hope they don't bring up Lord of the Rings because I love Lord of the Rings. So next month is my birthday, and we're doing an entire month of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, all because of me.
Awesome! That's
Kim's
so
never
cool.
read or watched any movies at all, and I'm like,
wow,
yeah.
I'm like, why?
So the movies are absolutely phenomenal. Like
amazing.
The best
I
fantasy trilogy
I
of
laugh.
all time.
I get excited.
I saw the third film I saw the third film like 6 times, and I cried every single time I saw it. Even though I knew it was going to happen.
It's just like Tiff.
I knew everything was going to happen. I just cried.
Yeah.
I was bawling like a baby. And my friend's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "It's so sad. Don't you get it?"
Like, I always cry.
Crying.
Like, how could you not cry? I cry in The Hobbit too. In the third one, I'm always crying.
Oh my god!
Like, why?
Yeah.
I want to cry.
When the third movie for The Hobbit came out, I went to my husband. I'm like, "Do you think they're not gonna kill Thorin?" Because
oh my god!
Maybe they won't kill him because I don't want him to die.
Literally. Oh
like,
my!
I really didn't want him to die, and I'm like, "Oh God, they're gonna kill him." I'm so upset about it. I knew it was gonna happen, but
I'm excited.
I wish they could just avoid it. I'm
excited. Tiff wants to like be here with me at my house while I watch it. She's like, I'm going to sit next to you and we're going to watch. She's going to be that person that like, when you've already seen a movie and you know the reaction, she's going to like stare at me like, make sure you have the right reaction.
Put a camera on her the whole movie and to see
literally
reaction.
And I have to tell you the lore because like sometimes the movies will have like things and I'll be like, okay, but do you remember when we watched The Hobbit and like this happened and then Lord of the Rings? That's that. like that'll be me. It's a whole thing.
I'm excited. I've never read the book. The books for me were like always so long.
They're not that long though.
I know, but you know me. I'm just like, I can't do it. But
they're intimidating. They're a little intimidating.
A little bit, yeah.
But I did get the Audible. So that's what I'm working on right now is the first one. And then gonna jump into
what order are you reading it in?
In the order.
What order are you gonna watch? See, this is the whole thing we're gonna have to do on this.
Okay.
Because she's like gonna watch it and read it in a different order and it has to be a certain way.
Oh God. See, it's too much.
You gotta go through The Hobbit first because it makes more sense. Because then when you hit Lord of the Rings, they're gonna reference certain stuff that happened in The Hobbit and you're gonna be like,
Is The Hobbit the prequel?
Yeah, The Hobbit is like
the
before like Frodo.
So then I probably have to do The Hobbit first. Okay, then I'll stop and
stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. Because you gotta consult me first. Okay.
Anyway, okay.
So
the next one is Ancient Ruins or Secret Forest.
Well, that's a tough one because they're both cool.
Yeah.
Well, are the Ancient Ruins in a forest?
No, they're separate. Separate areas on the map.
I was about to be like, yes.
No, Tim, it was the same. Separate areas on the map.
All right. I would say Secret Forest, but if I had to like physically go in any of these places, I would do the ruins first because forest feels like could be more like evil things in a forest.
Yeah. She's like ruins, and then I'll turn back around and check out the forest.
Yeah. She's like, I'll hit that place up later.
Yeah.
Spellcasting heroine or sword wielding hero?
Probably the hero, the sword wielding hero.
Yeah.
I was a big Harry Potter fan when the books came out, but I think it's so overdone now. I'm just so over it.
Over the sword wielding hero, the hero journey.
I'm over the like magic wielding person. I'm just like, oh, just give me someone.
Did we just talk about that? What were we talking about? Where I was like, I'm so over the hero trope of like, this is the destiny of like,
the chosen one. Yeah, she's like completely over the. Okay, we had a whole like. It was a therapy session at this point.
I didn't realize.
She was like, I don't know why I didn't like this book, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, that's because you read Harry Potter and you read a lot of the chosen one tropes that you're mentally over it. So that's why you're not drawn to this book. And she goes, oh my God, did you just read my into my brain? And I was like, I don't know.
It was
but
a therapy
she's over
session.
the chosen one tropes, which honestly I am too. It's a lot.
I'm kind of over it. I want an underdog to be like, the hero and like get all the glory eventually,
Yeah, give us the underdog and give us the underdog and give us a good villain. Good villain that you root for.
Yep.
Secretly you're rooting for the villain.
Yeah, low key, but also high key.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is personal reference. Is it a hardcover or ebook? Or I guess physical copy or ebook?
Mm-hmm.
I used to be a big ebook reader, but now I'm more into like the physical copies. I just like having it in my hand and, smell. I love the way books smell.
Yes.
So I like smelling the pages. So I've definitely switched. I used to be a hardcore just e-reader and that was it. And now I've switched, I think in the last 2 years, to like physical copies of books.
Yeah. Do you like paperback or do you like hardcover?
I only really get the paperback. I don't have room for a hardcover.
She's like, those take up a lot of space.
They do. They have a lot of space. They're really nice, but like, I just give me the book. I just want to read it and then.
Yeah.
I prefer paperback too.
Yeah. And there's like a smell with the paperback. There's like a different smell than with the hardcover. I will admit that.
And they're more travel friendly. Like usually they can like, if you get like stuffing it in a luggage, you can like bend it a little bit. I mean, I'm not all for like aesthetically pleasing books. I'll like bend the crap out of it. I don't care.
Yeah.
So
break the spine and
shove
everything.
it in like little spots. Hardcover, you got to like actually have a place for it to like.
Yeah.
And they're heavier.
Your bag and you're like, oh my God, you're like, this is so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You're like whipping out this big book and you're like, sorry, I have to read this. With like the special edition and it's just like too much.
Sorry, and you open it up.
It's like the sound of the book cracking open, like you've never opened it.
It makes a cracking noise.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're like, sorry.
Yeah. And then if the cover gets ruined, like you're screwed because you can't like close it right and it's like falling off. You're like,
yes.
What do I do now? Fireplace fodder after that. Like, no point of having it anymore.
Yeah,
literally.
It's just there now as decor at this point. Okay, so do you prefer writing at a desk or like curled up on the couch and like somewhere like comfortable? Or is the desk comfortable for you?
I write anywhere. So desk is great, couch is great. I write on my phone. I write like in a notebook. Wherever I get a chance to write, anywhere I am, I usually do. Like, I think I wrote one book entirely on my phone because I was always taking my kids to things.
Yeah.
So I'd be sitting in like the waiting room for like an hour and a half. I would just be like writing on my phone, writing a book. And I wrote
You're like, I got the whole book done, you guys.
Yeah, I got every chapter
like,
written. I would just go on my notepad and do the chapter 1, chapter 2, and then I just uploaded it on my computer and it was done. So I write anywhere. But mostly it's anywhere. On the couch or on a desk. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tiff.
Hero's journey or villain's redemption arc?
I don't want villains to be redeemed. They could just stay evil. But
there's no need for the redemption.
I think I would prefer a villain redemption arc. I think I'd prefer that over a hero's journey.
Yeah, because hero's journey is like always.
It's the same.
Yeah, the same journey.
They're always the same.
The villain redemption arc, there's so much more lore behind it because it's like, why do you need to be redeemed? Like, you have to put that stuff in it.
Yeah.
It's just more appealing.
Yeah, I'll take Darth Vader's story any day.
You know? Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, 100%. Literally.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm gonna watch Star Wars.
So much I have to watch. To Star Wars now.
Don't watch Star Wars. You need to read.
Oh yeah, I have to do The Hobbit. Okay? Sorry.
Focus on The Hobbit. Focus on The Hobbit first.
I gotta focus. There's like the way it is for you guys with like your book writing is how I am with like my movies and TV shows. I don't like what like especially for the podcast if we have to watch certain shows or movies. I wait like last minute. I'll end up like starting it and then I'll go like through this rabbit hole of like watching something else and then I forget. It's like in the back burner. I'm like, I have to watch this.
Yeah, you can't do that with Lord of the Rings.
I know.
I won't allow it because I'm coming over. So
I know. Okay, so last one is a love triangle or slow burn romance.
I'm all for triangles, but I like the slow burn. I like being on the edge of my seat. Like, when are they gonna like do something? I definitely like that anticipation more. It makes me want to read the book or watch the movie more. If it's like they're like almost there, but they're not doing it, and you're like, God damn it, just like kiss her already. Or something.
You're like screaming at that point.
You're
like
how many chapters do I have to be in for them to finally be together?
And then they're finally together, and you have that satisfaction. You're like, thank God.
You're like, don't screw it up.
Yeah.
Right. Like, this actually happened. Oh my God, I can't believe it. And you're like, yeah, I think I definitely like the slow burn better.
Yeah. They finally get together, and she like closes the book. She's like, and that's all I needed. She puts it down.
Some books are like that. Sometimes I'm reading a book and I'm just waiting for them to get together. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I don't need to know what happens after that.
Yeah, you're like, I know there's going to be happily ever after. It's fine. We were just waiting for this moment for them to realize that they loved each other.
Yeah, I love the chase.
I read one book where it was like a, slow burn. And I was like, just get together. When they finally did, there was like 5 more times. I'm like, I don't need to know what happened after that. I'm done. I just closed it.
I'm
like,
over
I don't care about him being the mom.
She was like, I was in the journey. Okay. I was going through the journey with them. I'm good. Like,
good. I was done. I'm like, I don't need to know what happens after this. This is all I came here for. And that was it.
That's all I came here for. That's the realest thing I've ever heard about a story like that. Because it's so true. It's so true.
Oh my gosh. Well, on that note, Onika, thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing your story and talking about the Dragon Favorite. And honestly, I cannot wait for your fable collection that you guys have coming up. I'm so excited about that. Like, I'm still thinking about it.
She's like, this is the greatest thing ever.
Hopefully it'll be really good. I'm really excited for it to come out.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, it's fun. It's gonna be great. So,
how many different ones are in there? Can you tell us, or do you have an idea yet, or is it still adding on?
Nope, there's 9 stories in it right now. So, there's 9 fantasy stories. Yep, and once the Kickstarter launches in August, their tentative release month is November. So it'll be officially released in November, but the Kickstarter is running in August.
I'm so excited. Y'all, I'm so excited. I don't think I've ever been so excited for something.
So true. Okay, so before we go, where can our listeners find you on social media, and where can they get your book?
So I'm at Onika Howdyn. I'm on Instagram and Threads and on Substack. At Onika Howdyn is my handle for social media. I have my own website. It's to get the book, you can buy it directly from me. That's at hendragonpress.com. You can also buy it in a bunch of indie bookstores. So indiereader.org indiereads.org has the book. You can get it on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, all the places like that as well. Sailing and Books is another indie bookstore that sells it as well. So those are like the places you can go. But if you go on my Instagram, I have like one of those universal links that has all the links for everywhere that you can get the book. So
yay! Yeah. We'll be sure to put your links up, your Instagram account, like all your socials on there, so that people can just easily click it and then go straight to your account. We're excited.
We'll put it in the description. Yay. That way people can read this book and get super excited about all your upcoming projects, because I know I'm excited, Kim's excited, we're all excited. Can't get over it.
I'm all for exciting things.
Yes, definitely. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, rate, and leave us a review wherever you listen to podcasts, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Official Page to Picture for book to screen updates and behind the scene content and dragons. Yeah. We love the dragons.
We love dragons, definitely.
All for the dragons.
Check out our link tree is in our bio for all our shows, guest signups, and our new merch that we just launched. Onika, again, thank you so much for being on the podcast. We had such a great time talking with you. We hope you had a good time as well.
Yeah, this was super fun. I felt like I could be my nerdy self, so that's great.
Yeah, be yourself, please. Self. We welcome everybody. Until next time, you guys. Thank you. Bye.